Good evening. This is Quincy representing Team Let's See FX Group. Shout out to the Wolves of Wall Street. It's another day, another dollar. Keeping our emotions out of the way while we profit from the market. It's February 27th. How's it going? Hopefully, you're doing a lot better than some folks in this world right now. We're going to do what we can and eliminate our emotions as we do our best in these markets. It's tough to be profitable when our emotions are in the way. So, yes, it's good to keep a good heart on you at this time. Our hearts may be heavy, but we must stick to our rules so we can handle our business. Okay? So, being that it's February 27th, we're about to get a new monthly candle very soon. So, let's keep that in mind as we observe what's going on here. As we see here, we're getting ready for some shorts. All right? We were able to take some personals on some accounts here and there. Didn't get it for the entire group, but we did get in nicely for part of this buy from last week. Okay, before everything got a little crazy. So we did catch a buy here, but unfortunately we did not catch this because we just had some things going on looking at a lot of the fundamentals at play. We wanted to play it safe. But the good thing is, because of what's been happening here, there's no issues of why we cannot get anything like this. Because this is coming at some point. Okay? Just looking at the distribution on this 4-hour frame here, it's very clear to see this correction that we've been planning for, as most groups have been. This correction is happening. All right? Now, I personally thought that this correction was going to happen more so last year, but we had more recovery than my technicals at the time wanted to admit. The good thing is with price action, it allows us to be wrong and recover quickly as long as we stick to our trading plans. Now, just looking at this broadening phone here, upside down megaphone in a sense, it's very clear that we are selling, but we are in a little bit of a recovery on the retrace here as I just circle this move right here and just looking at this trend here, it's looking like it's going to break to the bearish side because all of this would indicate more of a reversal than I would like. Because if we actually do reverse more than what I'm suspecting, then we can even climb up here for a short. But just looking at how just this power of 3 right here with this Wyckoff-like distribution here, we are bound to fall out of this just with how we have decreased in bullish behavior. We've just slowed up completely. Looking back at the weekly, observe this arc. There's a reason why I'm preparing these channels as such. Okay. I have these channels set up so I can see the strength of the direction as the Dow reflects the nature of the world's economy, specifically the blue chips in America. So as I'm tracking these channels, I'm really seeing where the swing points are so I can protect myself, protect my team as we secure these large swings. Okay. The reason why we can get away with 50 to 75 point stop losses on our moves is because of honoring the principles of where these channels ultimately want to go relative to what type of juice is occurring in the market. And with the volatility at play, knowing these swing points is critical to your success. And I know it's critical for me, okay? I want to be as accurate as possible, build my accounts as much as I can and provide great advice to as many of the team members on our group of wolves can, because in our wolf pack, it's about eating what you kill, but also make sure everybody can eat as well. Everybody puts everything on the table so we can all do what we got to do together. So we're observing these swing points now. So when we really have time, we can just ride the wave at all points. But for now, it's swing mentality for these indices, building our bag while the world is in calamity. It's one of the reasons why folks are successful is knowing when to make moves when treacherous plays are at hand. And right now, we have some treachery going on, politically speaking. Depending on which side of the lane you're at, this is how you can protect yourself knowing when to make certain moves. And while we build our bag, build our equity, maximize our return on investment, it's about observing these swing points and knowing when to strike. And as we see, we have a massive opportunity to short till kingdom come. Just observing how these channels develop, great things are going to happen this year. It's just a matter of patience, really, and emotional balance. So right now, the body of this candle is predominantly up here. So it is very arguable to say that if we were in a bullish recovery of any kind, this would be the swing point, and we're looking to see how far we can take this up here. But if we go at a slightly more micro view here, just on the daily, let's take a look here. Now this right here, it's a little hint of what could have happened on Friday, but just looking at the body of this doji right here, we have no choice but to assume that that's an indecisive day. It's a wash. The real tell will happen within the next 24 to 48 hours. Now, if we get a rebound up to here that reflects any of these back and forth movements, then we can look to make our move as soon as we see that exhaustion around this area. If not, most likely about here. But if we just completely exhaust over the next 2 days and dip into this territory, oh yes, we'll be ready for the next swing point. We can buy back up from there and short back down again. Okay, it's just a matter of reading the price action. So this is how I'm planning my charts for the next 2 weeks of March. Happy vernal equinox. All right, let's just take a look at German 30, or really DAX 40 now. Now I have these alleys prepared as such. You see these strong pathways here, these strong channels, really set up for a bullish explosion, right? But with everything going on, look at this. Just thinking in a broad fractal approach here, we have literally melted past multiple major zones, multiple major areas, right? In just a matter of months, just abruptly, once you look at the geometry of everything. So with that said, we should expect some type of attempt at a relief, but at this rate, with this type of lateral movement and this type of lack of juice, we might be playing down here for a broad HNS for at least a year or two, okay? And to prepare for that, it's just a matter of observing your price action, sticking to your plan, okay? Let's look at S&P. Same type of deal. We're set up for some nice retrace buys here, but honestly, strong head and shoulders, right? If I want to, I can make it just like that, right? But here's the deal. Because we know these indices are going to want to fall at some point, we should look to see where the exhaustion is going to happen. And with this strength of a wick right here, the rebound should at least get us somewhere close to 4,500, somewhere, 4450-ish, all the way up to maybe potentially 4,600 or so. So that's where we're looking for the S&P recovery to kick to until the exhaustion happens. Across the board, that's what it's looking like for these indices. NASDAQ included. It's really just a matter of seeing where that exhaustion is going to kick in. We see this broad HNS forming on all of these indices. Okay? And because of this, it's just a matter of planning where the exhaustion happens and just looking at these transversals in our favor right here, or just better yet, our confluence that I'm looking for. I saw this top over here, and I'm thinking to myself, well, if I have a top that's flattening that much in a broad type of way, well, let's see what type of contradicting motions can help us as we descend down here. Okay. Now, hopefully, once a lot of this volatility happens, excuse me, we can see a lot of this in here. This is what we want. And if we get greedy, which we don't have to, it could descend down here. And I have these channels with different strengths, different colors, of course, to my system and whatnot, so I can look for things. And once it's time to set certain alerts, I know what I'm looking for. If you want to know what I'm looking for, you got to get in the group with us in the VIP chats. Whether it's Team Let's Eat VIP, whether it's the Wolves of Wall Street VIP, got to get in our VIPs to see what's going on. Okay? Now, just a quick little run at one of my favorites, Cardano ADA, right? As we see here, we are getting into our discounted price section. The reason why I'm looking at it as a discounted price right now, with everything going on, it's fair to say that if you're in a good position, now is the time to start collecting these coins, now that we have dipped into this discount area of the coin. Because for a lot of the folks that were toast with the premium price up here, they're probably very upset, extremely upset. You got to know what you're working with. So if you were one of those people that were down here, whew, all power to you. That's beautiful. I was blessed to have a lot of my gains in here and in here. Okay. And now that we're back into this discounted range, excuse me, I'm looking for massive, massive ROI leading into the next following years. So hopefully by like 2025, 2024, I have so much of these coins, and my team will have so much of these coins. We'll be in the advertisements with the Lovelace community and whatnot. That's a dream of mine. And just like my guy Tyler with XRP, we're in this time, where we can get a great amount of ROI with the good coins that have a future. The ones that just aren't meme coins, like the coins that actually have purpose. We get a lot of these at the discounted rates as we're flirting with these levels. I love it. If you want to make sure that you have a good coin, you got to get in the group with us. We're doing a lot of things so that we understand what's at play. It's not just crackpot thing or anything. I mean, we're really, reading, really researching what's going on so that we can have an idea of how to maximize this blockchain deal. I just connect with somebody on LinkedIn that's deep within the metaverse right now. So hopefully I get a little scoop on something. But hey, if you want to know what's going on, you got to get in the group with us. All right. Some things have to work on the need to know. I'm learning that in life, and you got to understand there's a finesse to just about everything. And if you want to learn some of that finesse, you got to see what's going on with us. All right. It's a beautiful community, very loving, very welcoming. All right. Now, back to the technicals. Just looking at this area right here, if we can just stay down here for a few months while we just accumulate, can stack up on so many of these. All right. Because all it takes is one little rupture like that. Just looking at that just means, all right, we're about to skyrocket into some ATHs. You know what I'm saying? So all it takes is about one of these, boom, and it'll happen. And once that real discounted trigger happens, that's when you're going to see a lot of folks, cash out. But we're about to hold on to the moon with these, okay? Now, I can't get into too many specifics, but I'm telling you, you got to get in the group with us. All right? Now, just to do a little recap. What we're looking for is we're looking at to see what kind of gaps happen in the next hour or so. When the market opens in about 45 minutes, we are looking to see what kind of gaps happen. And if it gives us any type of tell, we're getting ready for some nice moves in this crazy market. Hopefully some violent bullish rises up here so we can get a nice fall and just hold and just let the blues fall in. It's that good rain right there. All right. Try and make it rain all ice right now. And it's coming. But you have to be patient. Know what type of price action you're looking for. If you want to know what's going down, see how we do with TLE. Gotta see what the Viper's doing. Making moves all over the place. All right. You gotta see what Ambient FX is doing, man. You gotta see what we're doing. All right. Now, I'm your residential educator doing his thing, showing y'all what can be done with mastering 3rd to 8th grade math. I mean, we're simplifying and killing the game simultaneously. All right. If you want to know what's going on, you got to get in this group with us, see what's going down. It's a very natural, organic thing happening. I'm so excited to see what's going to happen in the future. But if you want to know what's up, at this point, it's just, hashtag let's eat. It's TLE, y'all.